Kia ora, Bronson Perich. Welcome to the Chrysalis. This is going to be my last video that I put on that crypto corridor. I think I've had enough corridor, but I just wanted to show you all about this. Real interesting experience that I've had today. But before I go into that, just want to go back a little bit, talk about a little history. A few months ago, I was discussing with a friend of mine the corridor and the kaupapa of Bitcoin. You know, just the real basics on what it is and whatnot. And this particular fella, he's quite open to opportunities, and so and he really likes his MLMs, and so he asked me about this thing called TBC. He's like, "Hey, what do you reckon about this TBC thing?" I'm I'm making a video. Don't mind me. Yeah, just face on there. Up to you. Anyways, so he asked me. He goes, "Hey, have you heard of this thing called TBC?" And I looked it up, and I don't know. I think we've all got this, but we got this scam alert on the back of our neck. I was like, "Ooh, I don't know about this." Right? And so basically, why he was asking me is that he had been given some outlandish promises that apparently this new TBC coin was going to be worth a lot of money in a lot of years, right? Makes sense? Not really. As soon as I saw it, I knew there was a miss. Now, he showed me some of the information that he had been given to promote this coin, and I smelled a rat straight away because the information that I had seen were the typical projected results of what you could get if you invested into this coin. There was no explanation as to how TBC has its intrinsic value, what benefits it offers. There was no information about what makes the blockchain behind this coin any different. So there was no way of really discerning what the unique value of this coin is. And that's the first principle that I need to press forward tonight. If you're going to be doing this crypto thing, before you even bother to buy a single coin, ask yourself the question, what is the intrinsic value of this particular coin? Now, if you're like my good friend David Benison, a banker, very smart dude, he and I have done business together, I've made him a bit of money, he will argue that all cryptocurrencies have no intrinsic value. Now, there's valid arguments for and against that. I disagree, but I understand what the intrinsic value is behind the cryptocurrencies that I invest in. For example, Bitcoin. Why do I buy Bitcoin? Simple. Because it was the original established blockchain based cryptocurrency. It has an intrinsic value because people trust it. Now, I know that kind of defeats the definition of the word intrinsic, right? Because the idea being behind the word intrinsic is that something it's internalized within that thing, and it's there regardless, come what may, right? I liken it. I liken the trust giving the value of Bitcoin to the US dollar. Now, depending on who you listen to, some people argue that the US dollar is worthless because it is not backed by any physical assets. I mean, there's not enough gold in the United States to back all of the US dollars that are in circulation in the world. That's a given because it's a fiat currency. But what gives it its value is one, the fact that a government is willing to back it, right? And they're willing to guarantee it to its value. So the US government will guarantee that the value of $1 is a dollar, right? So that's the government backing gives it a value. The other thing that gives it a value is that it is the trusted backup currency of this world. It's the reserve currency. You want to buy stuff overseas, chances are they will ask for US dollars before they ask for your dollars. You don't believe me? Go on Alibaba.com, go on AliExpress. Most of the deals are all done in US dollars. And there's a reason for that. Because people trust the US dollar. What I would argue is because cryptocurrency is a relatively new technology, and Bitcoin is the oldest, it is trusted. Therefore, it has the same sort of value as the US dollar. Now, and because it was the original cryptocurrency, it is the most likely to be traded. I mean, Amazon, you can buy Amazon gift cards with Bitcoin. What does that tell you? If the largest online retailer in the world is willing to do that, I mean, come on. In other words, they accept it as a currency. In other words, they accept it as a legal tender because they know that with the rapidly fluctuating values behind Bitcoin, they can take your Bitcoin and they can, for example, right, you buy a $20 gift card with $20 worth of Bitcoin on whatever particular day, right? Now, they can take that $20 and depending on the value of Bitcoin over the next few days, they can increase the value. They can sell that $20 worth of Bitcoin for 25 or 30, whatever good deal they can get. This is why these big companies are willing to take a hit and take a risk. They're willing to take a punt. I mean, if you go by standard logic, right, the idea is that you diversify your investment portfolio. So, I mean, for me, I spread my savings. Some of my savings are in cash, and then some of them are in crypto, right? But if you go in like the standard investment portfolio logic, they will tell you spread out your investments among all the different types of assets and classes of security and so forth, and you don't want to invest more than 10%, right? That's what they tell you. By the way, hello. I'm not quite too sure the name of the person that's watching me, but hello, kia ora, tēnā koe. Please share the word. Right, so the idea being is that because you've got, no less than or no more than 10% invested into crypto, if that fails, you've still got 90% worth of your assets that you can make money in. So if you go by that logic, right, doesn't matter if you lose, right? And so that's the approach that many people take when they look into these scam coins. But anyways, let's go to now I think I've kind of got the hang of intrinsic value, right? Have you got the hang of intrinsic value? So my whole point is Bitcoin has an intrinsic value, TBC does not. Right? And so I stay away from any coin that has no intrinsic value. Right? You should too. Now, moving on to the second, whenever I hear people talking about the value of a coin, in other words, oh, it's kind of, you buy, it's like 5 cents a coin at the moment, but in the year 2035, this new coin is going to be worth $35 trillion. These are I'm not saying that people were claiming that TBC is going to be worth $35 trillion. What I'm saying is that any coin investment that is purely based upon the potential value of it in the future is a wasted investment. It is a gamble at best, and it is a disaster at worst. Now, if you're following the whole idea of a diversified portfolio, all good, you know? And if you only invest money that you can afford to burn, which is basically what I do. I use my Burger King money, my bakery money, my Rockstar money. Those are the sorts of things that I use to do this. Yo, what's up?
Sorry, because we need to take the thing for the boys.
Oh, sweet. Oh, so where are the boys?
Yeah, this Kuni and Nifo's cousins.
Oh, sweet. They can take it. Cool. All good.
Because,
Oh, no need to apologize. Anyways, cool. I'll carry on. Alright, so if anyone's going to make the stupid claim that if you buy into this new coin it's going to be worth X amount of dollars in a certain amount of time, they're either ignorant or they're lying. There is no conceivable way that any person can know the future. Don't worry about the Samoan in the background. Nobody's swearing at you. They're just trying to move some stuff out of my room. So they're like furniture movers. Anyways, carry on. Because think about it. One, only God knows the future. And if you don't believe in God, well then no one knows the future. But I believe in God, so I'm going to say that only God knows the future. Right? And anybody that is trying to promote a cryptocurrency ain't God. Because God doesn't really care about money. Right? And if he did, he wouldn't care about cryptocurrency. Just saying. Right? So there's no conceivable way that claim can be backed up. There's no acceptable or there's just no way that you can know the future. I mean, nobody knows the future. Do you know the day you're going to die? No. So how could you know how much Bitcoin is going to be worth, or how much TBC is going to be worth, or how much whatever coin it is you're investing in is going to be worth. There is no conceivable way that you could accurately know that. So why would you go around telling people that a cryptocurrency is going to be worth so many dollars when you have no way of confirming that? It's either you're ignorant or you're lying. It's really that simple. And if you're ignorant, well then, I'm sorry, dude, you just got to school yourself. You need to read some books and start doing, getting yourself some education instead of being stupid. And if you were, anyways, the second thing is that if you're lying, well, stop. And this is what I would say to any particular person that is actively promoting investment into a coin. This is what I would say. Number one, are they a registered financial advisor or an authorized financial advisor? Because the Financial Markets Authority of New Zealand has just announced that cryptocurrencies are now regarded as securities, which means they're going to be governed and regulated by the same laws that apply to stocks, bonds, and all other worldwide recognized fiat currencies. Now, a lot of people in the crypto space are using this as an excuse to say, oh yeah, the FMA is saying, yeah, they approve of it, so that way it means it's legit. Well, they're kind of right, but what it also means is that if you're going to go around and actively solicit investment, then you need to be registered. Otherwise, you're breaking the law. Because in New Zealand, you cannot give financial advice unless you are registered. Now, there's two types of registration. First is what we call a registered financial advisor, and this is the sort of license that people like insurance salespeople have, that sort of thing, right? So, if you also loan brokers also are registered financial advisors. People that sell mortgages, personal finance, business finance, they are registered financial advisors. And they are required to have what is called a disclosure statement. A disclosure statement tells you who they are, it confirms that they are registered, it tells you what they know about and what they are allowed to advise on and what they cannot advise on. It also tells you what you should do if they've messed with you. It gives you the resolution procedures for complaints. They will actually ask you to sign this document to show that one, you've received it, and two, you understand the contents. Now, I guarantee there is nobody in the country that has registered as a financial advisor that is going around telling people about Bitcoin. And guess what? If you're going to come at me and try and tell me that I should invest in a certain Bitcoin, I'm going to ask you for a disclosure statement, and I'm going to say, oh, wait, you have no disclosure statements, so you're not a registered financial advisor, so you need to shut up, otherwise I'm going to report you to the FMA. Because, yeah, you are illegally giving advice. Now, there's the next step, which is called an authorized financial advisor. Hello, person number 3, not too sure who you are, but killed up. Right, an authorized financial advisor. These guys are pretty much authorized by the government to do stock trading, bonds, commodities. They can pretty much do whatever they want as long as they keep the law. Now, they are required to take an exam, right? Apparently, it's quite hard. I have a friend of mine that took the exam, and he said, yeah, it's pretty big, right? You're also required to pay a very big fee. I think it's like $2-3 grand a year. You're also required to there are some reporting obligations that you must show certain aspects of your business to the government. Is there anybody in the crypto space that is doing that right now? Nope. Maybe one or two. I haven't met them. So before you come across trying to tell me or anybody what cryptocurrency they should be investing in, if you ain't got your papers, kid, I don't want to know you. And that is another reason that I didn't want to even go near TBC. Now, what's happened since I made the conscious decision about 2 months ago not to invest in TBC? I've heard people can't cash out. I've heard, you know, and people are saying, I want to cash out, but we can't. We try and recruit people into the scheme. We can't recruit more people into the scheme. I'm going to keep it real simple, guys. One, a coin must have an intrinsic value. Number two, the value of a coin cannot be based purely on speculation. There must be something special about that particular coin that gives it validity. And number three, why should I have to join some MLM/pyramid scheme in order to use this currency? Think about it. If someone gives you $5, right? Do they need to refer their friends in order to use that $5? No, $5 is $5. It should be the exact same thing. I shouldn't have to sign up to a scheme in order to use a currency. You don't have to do it for fiat. Why should we do it for crypto? What it boils down to is this, is that certain entrepreneurs, very intelligent people, have realized that the MLM business structure can be used to build up a business. I'm not knocking them for that. MLM has been used to sell anything from undies to cooking wear to energy drinks and more. And as long as that particular MLM follows the laws of my country or the country in which it operates, I really don't care. But all in all, the easiest way to make money with Bitcoin or any other crypto is ascertain what gives it its value, buy when the price is low, sell when the price is high. That is never going to change. That number one rule has been the rule of economics ever since we had money, and probably even before we had money. Right? It's never going to change. Now, let's go back to the whole thing that I said at the beginning, and then we're going to close off. I'm probably like 2-3 minutes, and then we're done. Right? Now, first of all, I just want to reiterate the announcement that my next Kindle book is going to be on Bitcoin. I have seen too much misinformation out there. I need to write this book. People need to get it. And I'm going to make it affordable. I'm going to make it cheap. In fact, I'm thinking of doing it for the same price as a steak and cheese pie. And then I'll use that as a marketing thing. Not too sure yet. But I'll get to you with that, and I'll have an email list so that way you can be kept informed, and so that if there are bonus deals/discounts, you can get that. Right? Now today, I came across a very strange individual by the name of Nawai Hohapata, right? And she was coming at me sideways because of my videos that I made about Bitcoin's Aotearoa. Did a bit of digging on her. She claims to be an investor of TBC. I'm sorry, but Nawai, I'm going to say it outright. You have the makings of a scam artist. You claim to be an investor of a cryptocurrency that is proven to be a scam. It's made a lot of people money, but people have lost money because of it. People cannot cash out, and yet you refuse to change your Facebook profile to reflect that. I see nothing in your posts that you have even apologized or even said, hey, guys, I made a mistake with TBC, so you must be a scam artist, okay? I really cannot abide your attitude. In addition, the way that you approached us on that Crypto Corridor Facebook group today was the equivalent of Donald Trump trying to out-talk intelligent people. I don't know if that's how you treat the people in your downline. I don't know if that's how you treat the people that you sponsor into Aotearoa Bitcoins. But if it is, damn, you are a scam artist. You couldn't even answer my questions intelligently. You couldn't even answer the questions of other people intelligently. In fact, you were so incoherent. You were so angry. You were so just disrespectful and rude as a person in multi-level marketing. You are a shame to our industry. I have never seen anybody behave that way that you have behaved in all the years that I have been involved in Melaleuca, all the years that I've been involved in Amway, and all the years that I've been involved in New Skin, you are a shame to our industry. You are a scam artist, and you need to stop making these dishonest, outrageous claims. There is no way that you could know how much Bitcoin could be worth in 2020, in 2025, or 2030, or what the hell ever. You have no way of confirming that your idiotic claims are true. And if this is what you are doing, you need to register as an authorized or registered financial advisor, and you need to follow the law. Otherwise, the FMA are going to come and they're going to squash you like a bug. Now, I've warned you, if you continue to come at me or any other person in that crypto corridor community, I will report you to the FMA. You are a scam artist. Change your ways or be changed. The law will have its day, or you will change without it. It's as simple as that. I'm going to end this right now, guys. I mean, I have nothing personal against you, Nawai, but I'm just saying it for the sake of all the people in that crypto corridor community. I'm also saying it because I'm a shameless self-promoter, and I'm writing a book about how to avoid people like you, okay? So that way people can know how to not get ripped off by the likes of you. That's right. Alright? So it's really that simple. Change your ways or be changed. The laws of this country are updating. That's right. And all it would take is a submission from seasoned and experienced cryptocurrency traders. If we could submit to our lawmakers, and people like you would already be in jail. So, shots fired, I guess, for lack of better words. But I just want people like that to stop doing what they're doing. Okay? That's me for the night, guys. I'm not putting any more videos on that crypto corridor. I'll give you fellas a rest. But hey, you have a great night, and I'll leave you to it. Ka kite anō.